All right, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're basically going to walk you through how we set up an entire ad campaign for a Stucco contractor. And before we actually get into the ads manager and build up that campaigns, I'm kind of going to go through the 3 things that you need to think about before even launching a campaign for a Stucco contractor or even a contractor in general. So pretty much before even creating that campaign, we need to figure out who is the market this contractor is trying to target with his Stucco services. So in this case, this specific client, 90% of his business comes from subcontracting, so getting work directly from general contractors. And the other 10% comes from working with homeowners directly. What we told him was if you want the best results with your ads, you're going to want to target general contractors. That's where the majority of your business comes from, and they're very easy to target with meta ads. He told us he wanted to target homeowners with meta ads, which is very easy still, but it's not the majority of his business. So what we had to do was we had to customize this campaign to target homeowners, which changes the way we do copywriting and messaging, very much different than targeting general contractors, basically giving his price off the bat to appeal to them. Well, now we have to reposition this whole copywriting, this whole marketing angle to appeal to homeowners, right? So a lot of homeowners don't even know what Stucco is, which makes it very difficult. So we'll kind of walk through what our scripts look like before we even get into the ads manager. The second thing that you need to think about is what is the average project size for a home restucco, or in your case, like whatever your contracting client sells or builds. So in this case, we asked our client, what is the average cost of like a home restucco project? And he said on average, it's like $15,000 to $20,000, which is kind of on par with roofing projects in our experience. And this is why when you think about what the project cost of your client's builds are, it's very important to think about if you want to use income targeting or not. So in this case, a $15,000 to $20,000 restucco project is going to be a pretty hefty price for homeowners to pay. So you for sure want to use income targeting, especially with the way that we did our ad copywriting and the way that we created our scripts. We're for sure going to be using income targeting because we positioned his Stucco services as kind of a home exterior remodel transformation service, and we'll kind of go through that in this script. This last point we'll kind of end on, so we won't go over it right now. So before we even get into the ad scripts, I want to look at shout out Black Collar Marketing. We actually got this client through them, and basically Black Collar Marketing is a content agency, and they partner with us to run ads. And the reason for that is because you can see here, this is what the ads they scripted for this client look like. They're very much using this framework of problem, agitate, which doesn't work anymore. And basically it doesn't work anymore because 1, homeowners don't even know what Stucco is, so they're not educating the homeowners enough. But 2, they're relying on fear and emotional-based selling to convert the homeowners. In our experience, the best way to convert homeowners with ads is by educating them first, or giving them a direct offer off the bat and getting straight to the point. So what I mean by that is if you look at our scripts, they kind of get straight to the point, but they reposition how we want homeowners to think about restucco services. We don't want Stucco services to be associated with the same mindset as like a leaking roof, right? We don't want to say this is what a cracked Stucco looks like. This is how it will prevent your home from being the most protected it can be, right? Like we don't really care about that messaging. We care about positioning his Stucco services as a home exterior remodel, an easy way to transform your home's curb appeal. You can see that we leaned on that copywriting, on that messaging to really appeal to homeowners who want to transform the outside appearance of their home. And that's something that not a lot of marketers can even do because they're not good at the one skill, which is the most important skill today when it comes to running ads, copywriting. So if you look at here, you can kind of see that the skill that we have developed in my agency and I've developed over my 3 years in marketing so far has been copywriting. So if you look at our scripts, Long Beach and Lakewood homeowners, the right Stucco upgrade can increase your home's value and completely transform its curb appeal. Get straight to the point. Why should homeowners give a fuck about what Stucco is? Why should they give a fuck about your company? Why should they give a fuck about your ad? So by leading off the bat, we are using an educational hook. Why should they care? Why should they care? What do they benefit from watching the ad? And we get straight to the point. Then the best part, no matter the color of your finish you want, we customize everything to match your home perfectly. So now you're leaning on kind of the selling points of, they have different options to match your style and your taste of the transformation that you're looking for. We're a fully licensed and insured Stucco contractor, and every product is backed by a 1-year Stucco system warranty, so you get a beautiful transformation now and peace of mind long term. So you can see here's where we kind of lean on touching on the experience, the authority of the company, and more importantly, the protection they get with the system that this restucco company has. So if you're thinking about transforming your home's exterior, click the link below to get your free Stucco estimate with Vision Stucco today. So you can see that we are positioning Stucco services not as a necessity and the same mindset as like a leaking roof, but we are treating it as a home exterior remodel. And the reason that we can do this is because we have very good experience working with like high ticket luxury contractors that go after like a design builds. So you can see we're applying that same logic and repositioning stucco services as a way to easily transform the outside appearance of your home, outside transformations. So that's really why these ads are going to convert well, is because we really make sure that these ads appeal to homeowners, not in a fear and emotional based selling way, but more of a remodel way, right? Something that homeowners really want to seek out and get an estimate for, because they want to transform the outside appearance of their home, and not just because they're scared that their cracked stucco is going to affect the protection of their home, right? So second ad, we'll kind of go into it again. Long Beach and Lakewood homeowners. Right behind me is a full exterior transformation our team can be completed for this beautiful home here. So this second ad is more of a tour ad showcasing one of their final projects, and we'll kind of show you what that looks like. The third ad is one I kind of want to go over here too. Long Beach and Lakewood homeowners. The right stucco upgrade doesn't just protect your home, it can completely transform its curb appeal and increase your home's value at the same time. So here we're leaning on another educational point to draw homeowners into the ad, right? We're not leaning on fear and emotional based selling. We're kind of giving them value off the bat of why they should care about what a home restucco looks like. And then you guys can read the rest. But I really want to play the ads to show you that really the scripts, the copywriting of the ad will determine the ad creative that you go out and film. So because we were really good at scripting the ads, Black Color did a great job at actually going out and filming these high converting ads, and I'll kind of just show you what they look like.
Long Beach and Lakewood homeowners, listen up. So right behind me is a completed project here in the city of Long Beach. At Vision Stucco, we specialize in high quality stucco installations and exterior transformations built for beauty and long-term durability. And the best part, no matter the color or finish you want, we customize everything to match your home perfectly. So if you're thinking about upgrading your home's exterior, click the link below to schedule your on-site estimate today.
Very important. We went to a completed project. We filmed the outside look of it, but we also made sure we added B-roll of them doing it to really make sure that we are optimizing the ad for video engagement, right? Making sure people are watching to completion. But you can see how the ad copywriting really made sure that the entire ad itself was engaging throughout the video. And it's kind of straight to the point with a simple offer at the end, on-site estimate, right? Get your free on-site estimate today. Let's watch the second ad now.
Long Beach and Lakewood homeowners, having the proper stucco system doesn't just protect your home, but it also increases the value in your property, as well as change the complete appearance of your property as well. Whether you want a smooth finish or a traditional sand finish or even a custom color, we customize everything to match your home perfectly. And because we stand behind our work, every project is backed by 1 year stucco system warranty, so you get a beautiful exterior now and a peace of mind long term. So if you're thinking about upgrading your home's exterior, click the link below to schedule your on-site estimate today.
I kind of want to emphasize what we just did here. Upgrading your home exterior. Upgrading your home exterior. Upgrading your home exterior. We are not positioning cracked stucco as something that you need to repair just like a roof leak. We are repositioning this contractor's stucco services as a luxury transformation for a home, right? A simple way to increase your home's curb appeal, which directly resonates and appeals to homeowners. So this is why we say ad copywriting is now the most important part of the entire ad process, and that's the one thing that will determine if your ads are going to convert or not. If we were to use the other scripts that this content agency initially wanted to use, they would have not performed as well as this, right? They would have appealed to homeowners as well by leaning on the benefit of stucco and not just the emotional fear-based selling of cracked stucco. So now let's hop into the actual ads manager and start building out these campaigns. So let's hop in, and we're going to kind of just build this out from scratch just to kind of show you guys, whether you're starting or you already run campaigns, how we do things here at Latino Linked and Black Collar Marketing. So let's get straight to it. So we're going to build a campaign, and we're going to call this, what's this called? Completed project. Campaign budget, $25 a day is fine. Keep going down. Copy this. And obviously we're going to do other things for this client as well, so don't worry. We'll schedule that later. So you can see the ad did a very good job at calling out Long Beach and Lakewood. So guess what? We're going to be targeting Long Beach and Lakewood. So you can see here that we have a, so because the ad targets Long Beach and Lakewood, you can see here that we targeted a minimum of 10 miles outside of Long Beach. So obviously you see it's going to hit other areas outside of there, but because we did a good job at saying Long Beach and Lakewood homeowners in the beginning of the ad, Meta is going to do a good job at really shrinking that down to just Long Beach and Lakewood. Even if you get a couple leads outside of that service area, ultimately he works all throughout LA, so the more leads you're bringing him, it doesn't matter. So make sure that you unselect this, and we're going to kind of show you all the buttons to unselect when it comes to this. So age, make sure homeowners on average tend to be 35 plus. So I'd make sure that we increase this to 35. 65 is fine. Detailed targeting. So because it is an expensive system, what I would do is we kind of scripted these ads to appeal to luxury homeowners, people that own kind of big homes. So I would do top percent income just because this is an expensive project and it's not a priority for a lot of homeowners to get new stucco. So I would add income targeting just to help your ads really go after those higher income neighborhoods. And top 10% is just people that make 200K plus. So you're not like disqualifying majority of Long Beach and Lakewood, which tends to be a richer zip code by itself. Other than that, we could add more detailed targeting, but I'm gonna let the ad optimize itself just because we did a good job in the ad to really appeal to homeowners by calling them out multiple times. So I think we're good on that part. Just want income targeting there, and we'll let the ad do the rest of the qualifying, the rest of the targeting for us. And that's what we kind of talk about ad copywriting being very important when it comes to targeting, because now the ad scripts, the ad copy does the targeting for you. So if you're still relying on targeting to do the targeting for you, you're mistaken. You need your ad scripts, especially when running video ads for contractors, to do the qualifying, to do the targeting for you. So here is placement controls. A lot of people still do this wrong. I'm surprised they still do this wrong. You just want Facebook feeds you just want your ads to show up in Facebook feeds, and that's it. So Facebook feed, Instagram. You don't want Marketplace. You don't want Instagram Explorer. You don't want anything else here, because you want your budget to just be putting your ads in front of stories and feeds. That's it. Nothing else. So stories. Sure. Search results we still like, but everything else delete. So everything else there is good. You want search results, in-stream ads for reels, it's good. Everything else you just want feed and stories. So you can see here that we unselected, it should show us here at the bottom. And then you also want to unselect this. Allow limited spending to excluded placements. No, unselect that. And then we continue. And then you want to unselect this multi-advertiser ads. What that basically does is it puts your ad in a series with other ads. So let's say I see a car detailing ad, then I see this client's ad, and then I see a random painting ad. You don't want your ad showing up alongside other ads. You want that to show up by itself. So always unselect that. We'll get to the form last. Add creative. Let's go ahead and add the videos just so you can see it. Let's upload. Complete a project. And we'll let the video upload. Press next. Skip and continue. Square.
Long Beach and Lakewood.
Let's move this up a little bit.
Homeowners, listen up. So right behind.
Cool. We'll obviously do this last. When it comes to call to action, we always just like to do learn more. Never do get quote and stuff like that. Just do learn more. It always converts for us. And then we never really select any of these, to be honest with you guys. So just continue moving on. You can kind of see here what this ad's going to look like.
Long Beach and Lakewood homeowners, listen up. So right behind me is a completed project here in the city of Long Beach. At Vision Stucco, we specialize in high quality stucco installations and exterior.
Oh, these are going to print, bro. So basically that's how we build out campaigns. So in this specific case, the funnel that we are using is going to be a landing page funnel. So this is the landing page, as you can see here. Pretty nice landing page, straight to the point, and basic form here. What we'll be doing is putting a pixel on this landing page, and I'll kind of walk you guys through that. So you want to go to your Meta Business Suite, data sets and pixels, go ahead and add, and let's go through this. Let's label Vision Meta pixel. That's fine. Nope. Create. And basically what you have to do, we're not going to do it in this video, is attach the pixel to that landing page. And when you do that, Meta is going to track everyone that comes to this page. And then on the back end of that, we're going to have an events tracker, which basically we're going to be optimizing the pixel for anyone that clicks this button and submits the form. So that's basically how we're going to be optimizing this client's ads, is we're optimizing for form completions, and that's what we consider to be a lead. And that's what we're telling Meta to consider a lead, is people that complete this form and not just click and come to the page. So ultimately, that's how we're setting up this campaign. And maybe we'll just do it with you guys here. We're not going to show you guys the whole like installing the pixel on the landing page, but I just wanted to kind of show you where the ads will be going and how we kind of go about that process. So because we're using this landing page, we are going to make sure that the website conversion location is going to be a website. And then we want to make sure that we're maximizing the number of leads, which is basically anyone that submits this form is considered a lead in Meta's opinion. That's how we're going to set up the pixel. And other than that, that's pretty much how we set up high converting campaigns for contractors. And at the end of the day, you can see here, we just did location targeting, we just did income targeting, we set the age, and then we deleted all the fluff that Meta does. I guess it didn't do it here. So basically, let's do it one more time here. We just want the ad showing up in Facebook feeds and Instagram. We just want the ad showing up in feeds and stories. So feed, get rid of marketplace, get rid of this, get rid of explore, get rid of threads, get rid of notifications, stories, reels, great. Search results still work, so I'll keep that and get rid of that, and then get rid of this, and then I think we might be good to go from there. Get rid of multi-advertiser ads, unselect that. Let's make sure that the website is there. Get rid of this, so none. It's making us reset all this again. So let's just do it.
Long Beach and
Move this up so it matches.
Lakewood homeowners, listen up. So
cool. And then obviously we'll get to that last. We'll get to that last part when we get to. I would net those. We normally don't do anything here, guys, just because we take the time to create good videos, to script them pretty well. All this other stuff is just pretty much fluff, so we never touch any of that. And that's pretty much how we create high converting ad campaigns for our clients and set up in Ads Manager. Obviously, we're going to fill out all this other stuff once we're done with it. Call to action, we always do learn more. That always works for us. And then the rest of that stuff will complete off this video. But that's pretty much how we set up high converting ad campaigns for our clients. You can do Facebook lead forms, you can do landing pages. In this case, this specific client wanted a landing page funnel, and it makes sense to optimize for those higher intent leads. Obviously, this client is going to see a little higher cost per lead in the beginning because we have no data in this account. He's never run ads before, but that's okay, right? If your clients have the budget, ultimately landing pages are those highest converting call booking funnels. Highest intent leads always go to landing pages. So it's good that this client wanted to landing page because now we can optimize his pixel for those highest intent leads. What I want to end this video on is basically we're going to duplicate this, and this is how we would create like the 3 ads, right? We have 3 different ads that we're running for him. Instead of putting all those ads into individual ad sets under one campaign, like a lot of people are teaching right now, what we do is, because we take the time to do market research, we took the time to script ads, we took the time to do good copywriting, we know that all these ads are going to convert alone, right? Individually, they're going to all convert. So we put them in an ad set or multiple ad sets under one campaign. What Meta's going to do is going to automatically go and put more budget to the winning ad set. And we don't want that to happen because we want each ad for the next 2 weeks, at least the first 2 weeks, to really compete ad against ad, not ad set against ad set. So basically, the way we set up our ads is, I'll show you guys right here. We have every ad that we create in its own campaign, so that after 2 weeks, after even 1 week, we can tell ad against ad which one has the best cost per lead, the best video engagement, and the one that actually converts the best is clearly seen because we have ad competing against ad in their own individual campaigns. And I know a lot of people have their different strategies, but ultimately that's how we kind of get our clients the best results, is by having ad go against ad. And we do that approach because we actually take the time to do market research, ad copywriting, and film high converting ads for our clients. Whereas other people, they don't even know what ad is going to work for them. So they do ad set stuff to let Meta decide for them. In our case, we want to decide ourselves which one is performing the best and not let Meta do that. So that's pretty much how we think about it. And we basically just make duplicates of that initial campaign, and we just put a different creative in there. So let me just do that while you guys are here to show that we actually do this, right? So this is what ad is this? Protects home, let's just say that. So we have 3 ads. We're still waiting on one more before we launch the campaign, but I just wanted to make this video to help educate you guys and make sure that we don't showcase everything and all the secret sauce that we have within our agency. So protects home, protects home. So same destination is that landing page. We're just going to change the creative here. Upload. Protects home. So like I said, we're still waiting for one more ad, but when we get that last ad, we're basically just going to duplicate another campaign and put that ad individually in its own campaign. And I think I want to keep emphasizing this. The reason we do that is because we know all these ads individually can convert. So we want ad against ad, campaign against campaign to really go against each other one by one, instead of having 3 ads under 3 different ad sets under one campaign. Like I said, Meta is going to automatically put more ad spend to that winning ad set, and it's automatically going to fuck your results and not give you accurate data, because Meta is doing the work for you. When you as the marketer, if you spent time scripting, copywriting, and actually going out and filming good ads, you want to make sure that you are doing that job and not letting Meta do it for you, because automatically Meta is not going to let each ad compete against each other fairly if you do that ad set or ABA approach. That's why technically we do CBO. That's the technical term for it. Basically putting each ad in its own individual campaign. I know a lot of agencies do it differently. That's just what works for us. That's what gets our clients results. And ultimately, in my experience, in my opinion, agencies that do ABO and that put multiple ad sets under one campaign, ultimately they don't do a lot of effort when it comes to ad creative, ad copywriting. They just run basic generic ads and they don't know which ads are going to convert. That's why they do that strategy, to let Meta do it for them. In our case, we do the opposite, because we only run 3 or 4 ads at a time, because we take the time to make sure that they are actually going to generate revenue, that they're actually going to convert the best possible way they can. So that's why we do that approach. That's why it works for us. And ultimately, if you guys are taking that time to script, produce high quality videos and ads for your clients, I would suggest doing that same approach, and you'll kind of see it. I would even test it if you doubt it, to watch it convert better than what you're currently doing. So ultimately, that's how we create high converting ad campaigns for our clients. We're not going to give away all of our secret sauce in this video. I just want to kind of give you guys a basic overview of how we set up ad campaigns. And pretty much what I want to kind of leave you guys on this video while this shit loads, it's taking forever, is these 3 things here. So when you run ads for contractors, the first thing you want to think about is who is the market they're going after. In this case, we advise this client, we consult them, that going after general contractors is 90% of their business. 1, easier to target. 2, will be higher converting, because these general contractors would just want a price. And then it's the majority of his business, right? So it would just bring in more business and keep things as normal. In his case, he wanted to go after homeowners, which is just 10% of his current business. And we knew from that strategy, we would need a specific type of ad copywriting, a specific type of ad messaging to really appeal to homeowners. So in this case, you kind of saw our approach was to position Stucco Services as a home exterior transformation, remodel transformation, or upgrade, right? I think upgrade is a key word there. We don't want Stucco to be seen as kind of a stuck cracko, the same thing as like a roof leak, right? I'm blanking on the term, but we don't want it to be seen as kind of an expense or I think expense is the best word. We don't want it to be seen as an expense or something that's unnecessary, right? We want Stucco to be seen as something homeowners want and not something that homeowners view as an expense. And that's the main key that you can see in our ad copywriting approach that helped us reposition Stucco as an upgrade and not as an expense. And that's a key thing that you can do as a copywriter is really help your clients get better results with simple tweaks in copywriting like that. Second thing that we did was we made sure that we included income targeting in this campaign. Since home restucco products are between $15,000 to $20,000, that's a hefty price for homeowners, right? Same cost of a new roof. So in this case, because we're positioning through our ad copywriting and our scripts and the actual ads themselves, this service as a exterior upgrade, only a select type of homeowner that has the funding, that has the cash and finances ready for that, would invest in that kind of remodel or upgrade, and those people tend to be people with higher incomes. So in this case, we did 10% income targeting, which will go after homeowners in specific neighborhoods that make 200K plus. At the end of the day, you guys saw we create each ad under its own campaign. That's called CBO campaign setup. We don't do ABO, which is ad set campaign setup, just because we take the time and effort to create high converting scripts. We do market research before we even script anything to make sure that our ads are going to convert. And then we actually go out and film high converting ads for the clients, which leads us to know we're never guessing if our ads are going to convert. We always know they're going to convert. Most of the time we see people doing ABO when they don't do enough market research, enough creative testing to know which ads are going to convert. So a lot of times in my experience, when people do ABO campaign setups, they're just running a lot of different creatives because they don't know, they're not good marketers, and they don't know which ads are actually going to convert. In our case, we know each ad individually can convert, and we want to do the job ourselves to optimize that campaign and not let Meta do it for us, because a lot of the time Meta just optimizes for the cheapest leads, and we don't want the cheapest leads. What we want is actual lowest cost per bid, lowest costs per appointment, lowest cost per cost to acquire a customer. Those are the numbers we care about, not cost per lead. So if you're doing ABO right now, all I can tell you is test my strategy, test this approach, and just do more effort on the copywriting, on the creative side, and you'll see the CBO campaign strategy work for you. If you're not doing that effort in the beginning, then ABO is probably the best strategy for you, especially if you don't know what's going to convert off the bat. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have in store for you guys for this video, but I hope you guys kind of learned how we set up campaigns, why they actually generate revenue for our clients, and ultimately the rest of the campaign we'll set up for this client specifically, without showing you guys the rest of the secret sauce. So ultimately, there you guys have it. These simple video ads are going to convert for this client. We know it because we took time to make sure they would, by the ad copywriting, by the actual videos we created for this client, and the messaging to appeal to those higher ticket homeowners looking for exterior upgrades. Not seeing stucco as an expense or a repair that they need to do, but seeing it as an upgrade they can do to their home to appeal, to increase its curb appeal, right? To increase their home's style, to increase their property value. So when you are a good copywriter, that's the one skill you need to have today to make sure that your clients get good results with ads. Copywriting is a new way that your ads will be targeting your audiences. So make sure that when you create ad campaigns that you're doing a really good job at the ad copywriting, because ad copywriting is now the most important part of running revenue generating campaigns for your clients. So we'll catch you guys in the next one. Hasta luego.